What is up, everyone? What is up, YouTube? It is story time. It's story time. It's March 4th, 2026. I'm currently on my way to just confirm this sewer line repair is getting done. Jesus Christ, these guys do not know how to drive. God dang. Anyways, on my way to check out this sewer line replacement that we did happen to get in the last minutes before closing. Long story short, this client was under contract on this home in Arvada, older home. We asked these sellers to during the inspection period, we asked these sellers to not only take a look at the sewer line, clean it, and make sure it's not only serviceable, but if it has any pooling or bellying, to take care of that. And yeah, they agreed. We paid a premium for the home, or we were paying a premium for the home. It's not like we were getting like a fire sale. So in theory, my buyer should get a good roof, a good sewer, and a good structure, for what we were paying. With that being said, we got the response back from the sellers, and they said, hey, yeah, we'll fix everything. Like I said, we are paying a pretty penny for the home, so I don't think they were too they weren't we didn't pull their teeth. We were paying for their home. So they say, hey, yeah, I got you. We'll fix everything. And yes, they did. They ended up fixing the roof. We got a brand new roof, maybe like a $26,000 job on the roof. So yay, right? They fixed a lot of the electrical items that we asked for, and they in their eyes, they also acknowledged the sewer line. So the sewer line, when we inspected it, it was not in the best condition. It had lots of roots, very common for an old home. A lot of people never ever clean their sewer lines. They'll go 20-30 years without cleaning it. So that sewer line was completely soiled. It was in bad shape, or at least it looked like it. So we said, hey, go ahead and clean it. Go ahead and clean it to make sure that it doesn't have any cracks or needs any repairs. And if it does, please go ahead and fix it. They ended up doing so. They sent us an invoice that said that the sewer line was functioning. It was pouring out water. The water was making it flowing through the sewer line after the clean. Here's your invoice, right? But one thing we also do is we confirm that, right? So we want our own either a video post clean to make sure that we can conclude that it is indeed the water's making it out to the sewer line and there's no pooling. This particular big box company, I would never use them, but I already knew why. So they went out there, they concluded that it was working, right? And they gave an invoice to the seller. I think I already mentioned that. And they said it was good, right? So we're like, all right, well, show us the video. So for us to get this video from this company, they had to send it through a flash drive. That was like a big first red flag for us. And then they had to mail it. So keep in mind, we're under contract, there's dates and deadlines. We didn't end up getting this sewer line post repair till a day before closing. It was on a flash drive, and we looked at the sewer line, and I saw it, and I'm like, hey, this thing, it looks better, but I don't really like it. I told my little sister, I'm like, hey, I was on top of whatever else is going on. We still didn't have a clear to close on this property. It was a real nail biter, the loans and stuff like that. The banks can ask for whatever at whatever time they want. They don't care about anything about your dates and deadlines. They'll close when they're ready. Long story short, I told my sister, I'm like, hey, dude, I don't really like the sewer line. It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look good. I was like, let's call another company just in case, That way, obviously, we're protecting ourselves, and ultimately, we're protecting the buyer. The sewer line company shows up. Somehow I was able to call them in the morning. They got there right at noon or something, and they tell us, they're like, hey, this sewer line's caked. I don't know who green lighted this sewer line, but it is not good. And he was like, I was like, dang. I was like, in my head, I was like, thank goodness that they told me right away. We were literally at the closing table already with the buyers. We were on our way to the closing, and they had told us, and we're like, dang, all right, well, you know what, it's the buyer's call. We saw the old video. It didn't look the best. I think the buyer had more to gain than to lose. He had already his moving trucks. He already got his loan. They already were taking him out of his home. from the like the landlord. So he was like, nah, man. He's like, we're closing. And I was like, oh, you know, it was like one of those things where it was like, you know, it was just one of those things where you're like, okay, you know, that was like the best decision at the moment. The sewer line had a 90-day warranty, so I mean that held a little bit of weight. So we didn't think it was completely shot. But long story short, this client, he even was like, all right, let's just do it, you know, we have to, whatever. So we're like, all right, man, but it's at your risk, you know, because we don't really call that shot, you know. You do, you know, at the end of the day we work for you, but if you want to do something and you're willing to accept potential consequences, that's your call, you know what I mean? So he was like, no, I completely understand, thank you for your feedback or your input. He's like, we're good, you know, in short terms. But once we got to the table, they told us that the line was indeed bad. Long story short, I ended up getting this client this sewer line repair literally at the closing table, because like we didn't like it. And we're like, hey, well, look, that's already one company that said it's bad, one company that said it's good. And I let the listing agent call their own company, you know, obviously in good faith. And that third company was like, hey, I mean, he's like, that needs a swap. Boom, we got the sewer line. They were able to give us some money for it, and now my client, I feel so good, he's gonna have a new sewer line. So right now I'm just making sure that they're actually taking care of that repair, and they made it out to the property. So I'm excited. Moral of the story on this one is to always trust, but also verify. You know, us as agents and you as a potential buyer, always check those boxes, because when something is wrong, it usually is, you know, 9 out of 10 times. There are those exceptions, but you know, you can avoid all of this by simply, you know, like asking, you know, and don't be afraid, you know, ask. And obviously if you have a good agent that's on your team, on your side, then awesome. You know, I really think I did him a service of calling that company up the day of closing, even though, you know, I knew we were closing, or I knew we couldn't close if something were to be discovered. I was already okay with that, you know, but that's part of working with someone that is you know, in the best of your interest and not actually of theirs, because, you know, agents could have easily just disregarded the whole matter and not even had a chance for a second opinion. You know, you'll be surprised that, you know, I'm not talking about every agent, but there are some agents out here that they won't call no one up, you know. They'll just they'll take the seller's word, and I really hate to do that, and I hate to do that for my buyers. So long story short, this sewer line is getting repaired today. My client's super happy. They got a roof, they got a sewer line. Those are like the biggest components of a home. After that, I know that this client will never ever call me to tell me that his sewer line's backing up. I sleep at night, you know. So this is all part of you know, working with integrity, and you know, just being a real professional for these people, you know, because these buyers really rely on us, and they really hope that our guidance is like real, you know, it's genuine guidance. And I don't think these clients will ever be upset with me. I'm so happy that they got the sewer line. But yes, always trust. You know, it's not bad to trust, but always verify, do your homework. Even if you feel like something is off, it's okay, that's fine, verify that. So that is a moral of the story. I'm actually pulling up to the property now. Let's see what we got. Let's see if their company's here. All right, so actually, oh yeah, check this out. Yep. So look at check this out. We're doing the sewer line repair right now. They got everything rolling. I'm excited. This is money right here. Look at that. They got the little bobcat out, the little excavator, hitting the sewer line on this. So see if I can zoom in. So yep, this is what we signed up for. This is beautiful. Check it out. So happy. We got this done after closing, but it's getting done. Beautiful. And now that we're here, let me show you guys. This is that new sewer line material. If I'm not confused, this is called PVC. They're doing a little trenching. This one didn't look like it was that deep. Probably, actually, yeah, this one was deep. Check that out, guys. All the way through, looking beautiful. This is about 8-9 feet. This is gonna be a beautiful repair. This is you get one of these in your house, you won't ever need it. Right here we got the clean outs. It's going all the way to the entrance of the home. So I promise you these people are happy. They will be happy always. Wow.